Hey everybody, welcome back to Small Groups. It is January. We are going through another 8-week session of small groups together. Hope you have a wonderful time at the homes that you are at this evening or tomorrow night. We are in the middle of a series, or just started one really, called Simplify. And we're looking at how we can declutter our lives so that we can focus on the important stuff that needs to be in there. And the important stuff being family and friends and of course our faith and our relationship with Jesus and how that impacts the rest of our lives, right? And so this past week we looked at what some people call the squares in our life. So the squares would be the slots in your calendar, and on your iCal if you use Mac, on Google Calendar if you do it online, or if you still have an old school book that you open up and you write stuff in. What gets in those slots? What is it that actually fills those spaces? And do they reflect our values? Do they reflect who we want to become? Someone said this really well, that more importantly than our calendars actually represent our schedule, they actually represent and help us to become the best tool to help us to become the people we want to be. And so we looked at that this past week, and we looked at this one verse from Ephesians chapter 5, and Paul says this: "Be careful then how you live, as wise and not unwise, making the most of every opportunity." Boy, if we would just take that verse and just apply it to all the things that we do in our life, and if it actually matches who we are and who we want to be, and if our calendars look wise or unwise. Now, I don't know about you, but when we ask this question to friends, people that you know, people that you don't know, you ask, "How you doing? What's going on? Anything new?" And the common answer is, "Oh, I'm so busy, I'm so busy." And it's almost like we can't tell people that life is normal, or that we have things under control, or that we have a healthy rhythm, because that would be so boring, and it's almost like we're not busy enough if we say that, right? One author says that when we answer "I'm too busy" or "I'm so busy," it actually feeds something unhealthy in us. If you take a look at blankchurch.ca this week, you're gonna see that we talked about 3 things that drive Jesus' schedule. One is that he understood his mission. The other was that he understood his own limits. And the last thing was that he invested in people. And so we can learn even from the life of Jesus how it's important to basically, schedule your life around what it is that you value, who you are, and who you want to become. So I just want to encourage you to get the important stuff in first. Fill in the squares with things that really represent you and represent who you want to be. Take a look at how much time you spend in different areas of your life and see if you're unbalanced. And reread that scripture from Ephesians chapter 5 to see if you're living wisely or unwisely, and if you're making the most of the opportunities that God is giving us. Remember, we're doing this series, Simplify, to basically get declutter our lives so we could hear the whisper of God in our ears and in our hearts. Anyway, have a great time tonight. Enjoy the questions and enjoy being together. Peace, love, and recycle.